Americans will get a foodborne illness this year. But you can keep bacteria from ruining your day with 4 simple steps.
We got this. This'll be a walk in the park.
Clean. Wash your hands and surfaces often.
We chipmunks are notoriously tidy.
Separate. Keep raw meats, poultry, and seafood separate from ready-to-eat foods.
Watch and learn, my friends.
Cook. Make sure an adult uses a thermometer to cook meat, poultry, and seafood to the right temperature.
Fire in the hole!
And chill. Refrigerate promptly and pack your lunch with a freezer pack or ice.
Bingo! Dinner! She's a serve! Yay!
Keep your family safe and check your steps at foodsafety.gov. Brought to you by the USDA, HHS, and the Ad Council. The road trip to food safety starts at foodsafety.gov.
The following is an exclusive presentation of Grove City College Wolverine Athletics Live on 91.1 WSAJ, Grove City.
And a very pleasant Friday afternoon to you from Jack Behringer Field in Grove City. It is Grove City College baseball, a doubleheader today against Bethany in President's Athletic Conference play. Two teams firmly in contention for the President's Athletic Conference tournament. Grove City at 13-4 right now. The Wolverines are in second place in the PAC, looking to keep the heat on W&J for the top spot. W&J at 17-1, so Presidents are in good shape, but they need to keep winning, as do the Wolverines, as they look to sew up a berth. Nothing will be clinched or determined today, but both of these teams can either boost their chances of getting in or see their chances take a hit. As we said, Grove City 13-4. Wolverines have a 3-game lead on Franciscan, who's the fourth-place team at 10-7. The Wolverines also have the head-to-head tiebreaker. Right now at 5th is Bethany at 10-8, a half game behind Bethany, or a half game behind Franciscan, we should say. And thus, the Bison lost, or the Bison and Franciscan, they're dueling right now for the number 4 spot. Bethany has played one more game, 10-8. So Bethany, it's a pivotal series certainly for the Bison as they look to get into that top 4. W&J 17-1, Grove City 13-4, St. Vincent at 12-6, Franciscan 10-7, Bethany 10-8, and really it's shaping up 5 teams for 4 spots, with W&J in excellent shape, Grove City in good shape, St. Vincent, Franciscan, and Bethany certainly right there in the mix too. Chatham is 6-11. Cougars are not out of it. Everybody else is not mathematically eliminated, that being Teal, Westminster, Geneva, Waynesburg, but they would have to run the table and in some cases probably get some help. So really shaping up 5 for 4 in the PAC tournament race. Grove City coming off a sweep of Westminster on Sunday, 10-0 and 18-3. Bethany dropped a doubleheader to Franciscan. Game 1 was on Sunday, was the conference game. Bethany fell in 10 innings, 7-5, then dropped the non-leaguer in Game 2, 12-5. Grove City and Bethany, they've had a very good rivalry over the years in baseball for a long time, going back to the mid-'80s. And, of course, teams did not play last year. Bethany knocked Grove City out of the PAC tournament 2 years ago in 2019 in an elimination game. So, no doubt the Wolverines, that's in the back of their mind a little bit, although a lot of the names and faces have changed. But the Wolverines would like to maybe gain a little bit of the pound of flesh, if you will, for that. But more importantly, a win today and 2 wins today will really put Grove City on solid footing when it comes to getting into that PAC tournament, which will be held May 13th, 14th, and 15th at the top seeds home field. Right now, W&J in position to host, but if the Presidents would falter here coming down the stretch, Grove City would love to be there to take advantage. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will take a look at the teams. We'll have the starting lineups. So we have the Grove City lineup. We are still waiting on the Bethany lineup. We expect to have it here in short order. We'll have more pregame after this. Grove City and Bethany, a doubleheader in the President's Athletic Conference at athletics.gcc.edu.
Guys, like having a place to live, eating food, wearing clothes, sending 639 texts a week on a shiny new phone? There's one thing that can help you get the money to do all of those things. It's called a job. If you're a guy turning 18, there's one important thing you need to do to make sure the job market is wide open for you. Register with the Selective Service System at sss.gov. Failing to register with Selective Service would mean you'd not only be breaking the law, you'd also be unable to apply for federal jobs, many state and municipal jobs, and all kinds of job training programs the government offers. So guys, take a minute and register with the Selective Service. You'll keep your job prospects open. Otherwise, how are you going to get the basketball shoes with full-length responsive cushioning and an outsole cutout for low-profile impact protection? Take that minute, go to sss.gov and register with Selective Service, and keep all your options open. Remember, it's quick, it's easy, it's the law.
What is that?
Oh, it's my time machine.
Does it work?
Sure, just hit this button.
Whoa, dinosaurs, cool.
Or we can go here.
Hey, that's Napoleon.
Oui.
Or we can go to the future.
Wow, hey, you have this nice house. Do I have a nice house?
No, you didn't save any money, always spent it on vacations and stuff.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and correct that bad habit.
Yep.
Okay, the time machine is not real, but the saving thing is. Get in the habit of putting some of your money in savings each week through a 401k, savings account, or financial investments. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free ideas and easy tips on saving, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
What does this crazy little button do?
Wait, no!
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
I love being a part of the Action Team. It helps me help other people. It helps me feel good.
Being a part of the team always feels good. Go for it. Don't even hesitate.
For more than a decade, Major League Baseball players and action teams of high school students have been working together to train and inspire the next generation of volunteers.
Once you get there and realize how much you can change someone's life, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
Just that simple act that takes, 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
All-stars Giancarlo Stanton and Chris Capuano join action team captains to make a difference in their communities. And you can too.
Just try it. Just go to one event, one action team event.
If we all show up together, that's what it's all about. It's not just one person, it's a group, it's a team.
It's been incredibly rewarding for me. It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
For more information, go to actionteam.org.
And welcome back to Jack Beringer Field on this seasonal spring day doubleheader, Grove City and Bethany. We have partly sunny skies here. Temperature in the high 50s. We'll probably hit 60 here at some point in the afternoon and then drop back into the 50s. But no threat of precipitation today, which is good. The precip will come tomorrow when we have softball here. And because of the impending weather, that affects our schedule for tomorrow and the baseball schedule for tomorrow. First with baseball, the Grove City baseball team will be at Bethany tomorrow. It's a doubleheader. Game 1 is a 9-inning game. That's the conference game. Then Game 2 is the non-leaguer. They have moved up the start time to 11:30 a.m. tomorrow. So 11:30 Saturday morning, Grove City and Bethany will begin the doubleheader. And that will be, of course, in Bethany at Bethany Park for the doubleheader. And tomorrow, the Grove City softball team, home to W&J. Start time will now be noon, and we'll go on air at or around 11:30 for that one tomorrow down the hill at College Field. But just advising you on those weather-related changes. The rain's supposed to move in late tomorrow afternoon into the evening in the really the tri-state area. So so everybody involved wanting to beat the clock and being responsible, so they don't have to shuffle things around or perhaps play Monday or get backed up on games. So hats off to everybody involved for making that informed decision. Grove City and Bethany, a doubleheader here today. The Wolverines, as we said, are 13-4 in the PAC, coming off a big sweep of Westminster on Sunday, 10-0 and 18-3, and really probably the best day of baseball the Wolverines have played this year. And talking with the coaches and even some of the guys, they were really happy with how they played. Obviously, when you beat your arch rival handily in 2 games, you're going to be happy. But in terms of how the Wolverines did offensively, defensively. Pitching was very, very good. Also, really a complete two complete games, two complete efforts, if you will, and a complete game in the opener for Tate Ostrowski, who was the winning pitcher in that one. And he will get the start here in Game 1 today, as we expected. Bethany Bison at 10-8. Now, they are a very, very solid team, a good lineup, led by leading hitters catcher Ryan Anselmino, hitting at .357. He'll be in the number 3 spot today. Their leadoff man, Kyle Goodwin, really igniting things from the top of the order. And pretty good pitching staff for the Bison, too. Some of the numbers, some of their guys, the ERA, some of the guys that have pitched the non-league games, or maybe when Bethany's had a big lead or has been behind, some ERAs that are up there. But the top 3 starters all have ERAs in the mid-3s, and we'll see in Game 1 Trey Mantle, who's 4-1 with a .344 earned run average. 3 pretty solid starters with Mantle, Zach Presnell, and Mark Lavezza, and they are a combined 9-5, and the combined ERA is about 3.5. So should be good pitching matchups throughout the weekend. Grove City expected to, of course, we know it's Ostrowski in Game 1. Lake Pry and Calvin Burns also are expected to pitch in the conference portion of this series for Grove City. And, hey, the pitching, no matter what level of baseball, whether it's here in the PAC or the Major League level or in between or even in the youth levels, you can never have enough pitching. And both teams, like the pitching that they have, but both teams are maybe looking for one more guy to really step forward and be an established guy. Especially when you get into the PAC tournament, you're going to need a lot of arms, especially if you would happen to get knocked off in a game. It is a you have to have a lot of pitching. And W&J, prime example of that. President's leading the league, and they have a deep staff. And Grove City and Bethany, certainly their staffs are very representative as well. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with the starting lineups and the pitching matchups. The first pitch coming up in about 10 minutes. Grove City and Bethany, President's Athletic Conference doubleheader on athletics.gcc.edu.
If you love them enough to listen to them practice the same song on tuba,
please be done.
Over and over and over and over and over, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Sounds good, honey.
Check today at nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
It only takes a minute to find out if you may have prediabetes, and you can do it at doihaveprediabetes.org. But you're probably not going to. Nope. I'm sure you've got a perfectly good excuse. Kids, work. I get it. You're busy. So what better time than now? Let's begin. Raise one finger if you're a man. Ladies, none yet. Oh, count in your head if you're driving. Now, 3 more fingers for everyone over 60, 2 over 50, 1 over 40, 1 more if you're not physically active, another finger if anyone in your family has type 2 diabetes, another if you've got high blood pressure. If you're overweight, raise another finger, 2 if you're very overweight, and 3 if you're really overweight. You've just taken the world's first audio pre-diabetes test. And if you're holding up 5 or more fingers, visit doihaveprediabetes.org or talk to your doctor. There's no excuse because prediabetes can be reversed.
Brought to you by the Ad Council and its pre-diabetes awareness partners.
Here's that song again. Here's that song again. For the 100th time today. Here's that song again. It's gonna be stuck in your head all day. Here's that song again. It will make you cray, cray.
You love your kids enough to watch that TV show a bajillion times. Love them enough to make sure they're in the right car seat for their age and size. Show them you love them. Keep them safe. Visit nhtsa.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Who do I wrestle for? I wrestle on my high school team for Jason Garcia, my fiercest competitor during practice and my biggest fan during meets. I wrestle for the chance to put our little high school right here in Pennsylvania on the map.
Wearing the uniform of your high school comes with a big responsibility. Younger kids look up to you, and the reputation of your high school depends on you. This message presented by the Pennsylvania Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Directors Association.
And welcome back to Jack Berenger Field, Grove City, and Bethany in a President's Athletic Conference doubleheader here today. Game 1 will feature Grove City's Tate Ostrowski on the mound. Ostrowski making his 7th start. He's 5-1, ERA of 2.21 in 40 2/3 innings. He has a PAC high 44 strikeouts. The league hitting .207 against Ostrowski. On the Bethany side, the Bison will send out Trey Mantle. Mantle, 4-1, 3.44 ERA. This is his 6th start. 36 2/3 innings pitched. He has struck out 19 and walked 10. And here are the starting lineups. First for Bethany, leading off will be the shortstop, Kyle Goodwin. Batting second is the designated hitter, Nick Roll. Batting third will be the catcher, Ryan Anselmino. Batting fourth is the center fielder, Kevin Pollock. Tyler Allworth will play third base. He's in the number 5 spot. Kevin Roach will hit 6th and play first base. Ethan Young, the right fielder, bats 7th. Corey Newman will play second base. He bats 8th. And batting 9th and playing left field will be Michael Whitehurst. Goodwin, Roll, Anselmino. Pollock, Allworth, Roach. Young, Newman, Whitehurst. On the Grove City side, the Game 1 lineup that Matt Royer will send out there. Leading off in left field will be Jesse Clary. Batting second is the right fielder, Anthony Tambellini. C.J. Saylor will hit third and catch. Bubba Hamilton is in the cleanup spot. He'll play first base. Bobby Abbott bats 5th. He plays second base. The DH for Game 1 is Tanner Orner. He's in the number 6 spot. Luca Bakari will play short and bat 7th. Matt Liu hits 8th. He's at third base. Batting 9th is the center fielder, Aaron Jenks. Clary, Tambellini, Saylor. Hamilton, Abbott, Orner, Bakari, Liu, and Jenks. We'll take a 60-second break and come back with the first pitch. It's Grove City and Bethany coming up next at athletics.gcc.edu.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
And we're back here at Jack Berenger Field, getting set for our doubleheader. Grove City and Bethany. Wolverines are in the all-white jerseys, white tops, white pants, red numbers and letters with red trim. The caps are red with the black G outlined in white, black brims for Grove City. Bethany on the road today in the forest green jerseys with Vegas gold numbers and letters outlined in white, Vegas gold trim, gray pants for the Bison. They are on the road. They've introduced, or maybe we could say brought back a little bit of that gold color. Back in the 70s and 80s, Bethany had some sprinkling of gold in its jerseys, kind of almost more of a Green Bay Packers type look if you're looking for back then, and now more of a I think about what a good comparison. It's sort of like maybe New Orleans Saints gold to go with the green for the Bison. Grove City, the understanding is that we'll get to see them wear the red jerseys on Tuesday. They'll play Franciscan here Tuesday. It's a single game at 4 o'clock. That's a makeup game, and we intend to have that here starting at 3:30 as the Wolverines will host Franciscan in a single game, just one 9-inning game on Tuesday, and that will conclude the conference schedule. That's coming up Tuesday. We want to remind everybody of that. So for the Wolverines, doubleheader today, doubleheader tomorrow at Bethany starting at 11:30, and then 4 o'clock on Tuesday for Franciscan. Then next weekend, Grove City will host Chatham on Friday. Those will be games 3 and 4 of the series. 9-inning conference game, followed by the 7-inning non-league game. 2 conference games at Chatham on Saturday, which would be May 1st, so 8 days from now. So the upcoming schedule has been modified a little bit. Just want to keep everybody up to speed on the latest changes. Always changes when it comes to spring sports. Weather-wise, we've been pretty fortunate this year, and COVID-19 being an overarching factor for a lot of things. For the most part, everybody has done pretty well too in the PAC, which is good. And hats off to everybody, and of course the conference office for being able to put it all together. Still work to be done, but as far as getting to the finish line, but everybody has been pitching in and doing what they need to do, and we've been able to have so far what's been a really fun spring sports season as well as fall sports here in the spring. Don't forget Grove City men's soccer tonight. Wolverines host W&J just beyond the left field fence over at Don Lyle Field. 7 o'clock start for that match. Unless baseball runs long, then they'll push soccer back a little bit. But hoping for 2 tidy games here today between Grove City and Bethany. Last time the teams played here, back in 2019, game 1, 11 innings, with Bethany winning. Kyle Goodwin will lead off for Bethany, the shortstop. Goodwin hitting .250 this year. No home runs, 11 runs batted in for Goodwin. Tate Ostrowski on the mound, the right-hander from Essex, Massachusetts. First pitch is taken for a strike. It is 0-1 to Kyle Goodwin. Goodwin, Nick Roll, Ryan Anselmino due up for Bethany here in the first. 7-inning game. Ostrowski's 0-1. Breaking ball in there for strike 2. So Ostrowski head in the count, gets the sign from C.J. Saylor. Here it comes. Off the plate, 1-2. Goodwin, senior from Parkersburg, West Virginia. 1-2. This one's driven out towards left. Going back on it, still going back is Jesse Clary. Back towards the track. Makes the head-high catch for out number 1. That ball kept carrying and slicing away from Clary, but Jesse able to track it down for a long first out here in the first. That will bring up Nick Roll, the designated hitter. Roll making start number 16 this year. He's hitting .451, 23 out of 51. 1 home run, 8 runs batted in, but off to a great start in his rookie season. Ostrowski's first pitch inside for ball 1. Roll, a left-hand hitter. Freshman from Seton LaSalle. He's also made a couple of pitching appearances this year. He's ahead in the count 2-0. Ostrowski working out of the windup. Righty gets the sign and the pitch. His fastball fouled out of play. Over towards East Pine Street. We are located along East Pine Street here in Grove City. 300 East Pine Street, right near the Grove City Police Department and Fire Station, if you're wondering. 2-1 curveball. Just off the plate, 3-1. Where Saylor caught it, it was a strike, but it crossed the plate out of the zone. 3-1 on Roll. Pitch on the way. Bounced up the middle, ranging to his right. Second baseman Bobby Abbott, throw over to first. It's a low throw, but Bubba Hamilton scoops it up for the second out. 2 down for the catcher, Ryan Anselmino. Hitting a team-high .357 this year. No home runs, 9 runs batted in for Anselmino, the senior from Sarah Catholic. Right-hand hitter with a slightly open stance. Ostrowski's first pitch. Swing and a miss by Anselmino. Count is 0-1. Ostrowski's 0-1, cut on and missed. Ostrowski ahead now 0-2 as Anselmino chased the high fastball. 0-2. We're in the top of the first of this 7-inning game. Ostrowski's 0-2 in the dirt. 1-2. Kevin Pollock, the center fielder, is on deck. Pollock had been hitting leadoff a lot for Bethany. In fact, he leads the Bison in a number of categories. He's batting cleanup today. Ostrowski head on the count 1-2. Gets the sign from C.J. Saylor. The righty deals. It's off the plate. 2-2. Two balls and two strikes. Ostrowski winds and deals. Popped out into short right field. Hamilton going back. And coming on to get it now will be Anthony Tambellini, who came a long way. The right fielder will snag it. And Bethany is set down in order. For the Bison, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We've played half an inning in game one. It's Bethany 0, Grove City coming to bat on athletics.gcc.edu.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we going to do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Okay.
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it going to be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way. Come on, come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Trey Mantle goes through his warm-up pitches on the mound for Bethany. Mantle, the right-hander from Groveport, Ohio. He's a freshman. Getting the start here in game one. 4-1, 3.44 ERA. Jesse Clary, Anthony Tambellini, C.J. Saylor due up for Grove City in the bottom of the first. Bethany went in order in the top of the first. And Grove City will look to draw first blood. Anselmino, the catcher, will throw it down, and we are about set to get going here in the bottom of the first inning. And leading off for the Wolverines is Jesse Clary. Clary hitting .338 this year, 2 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Third on the team with 21 runs scored, .489 on base percentage for Jesse. Clary, right-hand batter. Open stance. Mantle's first pitch. Low and away for a ball. Mantle, on that first delivery, kind of throwing more of a 3/4 delivery. And that 1-0 that comes in there for a ball. It's 2-0. Certainly would be tough on the right-hand batters, you would think. Kind of turns his body, and 2-0 comes in at the belt for a strike. Clary showed bunt and pulled back. That may have just been for show, but it did get Allworth, third baseman, coming in. 2-1 low. It's now 3-1. 3 balls and a strike on the leadoff man, Jesse Clary. 3-1 taken for ball 4. Jesse Clary works a leadoff walk, his 15th walk of the season. He's second on the team in walks to C.J. Saylor, who leads the league in that category. 1 on for Anthony Tambellini, sophomore right fielder. Tambellini hitting .390 on the year. 1 home run, 13 runs batted in. Mantle from the high set. This one's fouled off the screen. Count is 0-1 on Anthony Tambellini. He recorded the final out in the top of the first. The running catch coming in from right field. Third baseman Allworth is even with the bag. Clary held on over at first. Held on over there by Roach. Tambellini bunts and fouls it off. The count now 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes on Tambellini. Tambellini has started all 22 games this year, now 23, including today. He's become a fixture in that 2-hole. Mantle from the high set, the 0-2, off the plate, 1-2. Early in the year, C.J. Saylor was hitting leadoff. He's now in the 3 spot. Wolverines, they've kind of found the right combination, personnel-wise and position-wise, with the lineup. Team batting average now 321. Mantle throws over to first. Clary back in standing. Clary has attempted 5 steals. He's 2 for 5. The 1-2 for Mantle on the way. Fouled out of play on the first base side. And the count stays 1-2 with C.J. Saylor on deck. Mantle gets the sign from Anselmino. Count is 1-2. This one is bounced back up the middle. Grabbed by the shortstop. He'll step on the bag, throw to first in time. A 6-3 double play. Kyle Goodwin made the grab and starts the double play, and quickly 2 away in the first. So after the leadoff walk, a 6-3 double play. Puts 2 outs on the board, brings up C.J. Saylor, the Wolverine catcher, hitting .364 this year. 2 home runs, 15 runs batted in. Leads the team with 27 runs, leads the team with 9 steals. He ranks very highly in several other categories on the team. No score in the bottom of the first. Game 1 of 2 today here at Jack Beringer Field. First pitch from Mantle outside 1-0. Mantle only 10 walks on the season coming in now what is 11 walks in 37 1/3 innings. 1-0 is taken for a strike at the belt, 1-1. Saylor, right-hand hitter. The 1-1 comes in, and it hits on the left shoulder. Saylor hustles down to first. He is on with 2 away. Mantle went for the breaking ball, and it simply did not break. So a man on first, with 2 outs for Bubba Hamilton, the Wolverine first baseman, hitting .329 this year. No home runs, but 20 runs batted in at a conference high, 11 doubles. Hamilton will sky this one in foul territory on the third base side. Catcher Anselmino over. He makes the grab, and that will end the inning. For Grove City, no runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. After 1, no score at athletics.gcc.edu.
When is the best time to talk to your family about staying in touch during a disaster? When floodwaters reach your door? When wildfires are engulfing the edge of your neighborhood? Or an earthquake is destroying buildings? When a tornado is tearing through town? Or a hurricane strikes? Or is the best time perhaps today? During a disaster, you may not be able to stay in touch with your family or friends as easily as you think. And it's not always as simple as using your cell phone. That's why now is the time to take action. Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
Kevin Pollack will lead off for Bethany, the Sharpsville High product, in the number 4 spot of the order today. He takes strike 1 from Tate Ostrowski. Pollock hitting .352 this year. No home runs, 18 runs batted in. Now the count 0-2. Ostrowski ahead 0-2. Pollock, 31 hits on the season, 9 doubles, leads the team in both categories. 0-2, swing and a miss. Pollock dispatched on 3 pitches, 1 away in the first for Tate Ostrowski, his conference-high 45th strikeout of the season. That will bring up Tyler Allworth, the third baseman. Allworth hitting .234 this year, 2 home runs, 14 runs batted in. First pitch on the way from Ostrowski, off the plate for a ball. 1-0 on Allworth. Allworth from Highlands High School. And the former Golden Ram takes a strike. It's 1-1. Allworth, right-hand hitter. Pitch on the way from Ostrowski. This one's driven out towards right field. Tambellini going back towards the right center gap, settles under it, and makes the catch for the second out of the second inning. 2 away for Kevin Roach, the Bethany first baseman today. Roach, .286 batting average this year, 2 home runs, and 10 runs batted in this year. Roach, left-hand hitter. He's from Cape May, New Jersey, left-hand hitter. Ostrowski's first pitch, low and away for ball 1. Luca Bakari, the Grove City shortstop, shading him up the middle a couple of steps. Lou, the third baseman, off the line about 15 feet. 1-0 taken for a strike. It's 1-1. Roach, left-hand hitter, the 1-1, bounced. Bakari, right in perfect position, grabs the 2-hopper, throws over to first in time. And Bethany retired in order for the second straight inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. We've played 1.5 in Grove City. No score in Game 1 of this PAC doubleheader at athletics.gcc.edu.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the 4 walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
It's the bottom of the second. No score between Grove City and Bethany. Bobby Abbott will lead off for the Wolverines. Bobby Abbott, Tanner Orner, and Luca Bakari here in the bottom of the second. No score. Trey Mantle begins his second inning of work, the Bethany starter. Walked and hit a man in the first, but a double play helped clean up things for him. Mantle's first pitch taken for ball 1, a little low, to Bobby Abbott, the Wolverines second baseman. Senior from Westfield, New Jersey. Abbott hitting .410 this year, and Bobby is ahead in the count 2-0. Abbott, 22 runs batted in this year. That leads the team. His 32 hits leads the team also. 2-0 off the out of the zone. 3-0 now on Abbott. Mantle's 3-0. Abbott taking all the way. It's a strike, 3-1. Tanner Orner, one of the hottest hitters in the country, is on deck. 3-1, inside for ball 4. Abbott, a leadoff walk, and that will bring up Tanner Orner, this week's President's Athletic Conference Hitter of the Week. Orner now hitting .467 on the season. That's second in the league. No home runs, 17 runs batted in, 8 doubles and a pair of triples. Orner, left-hand hitter. He's the league's top hitter against right-hand pitching. First pitch, low for ball one. Orner last week, 13 for 25 with 4 doubles and 2 triples in 5 games. That's a .565 average. Mantle out of the high set. Taking a long time now, the 1-0 on the outside corner for a strike. Over the last 12 games, Tanner Orner is 25 for 50. That's 500 in case your math is a little bit shaky. So 25 for 50. His last 12 games with 17 runs batted in. Throw over to first, and getting back in safely is Bobby Abbott. Abbott 1 steal on the season. Not a big threat to go, but Mantle keeping an eye on him. Big hole in the right side with Roach holding on Abbott. Pitch to Orner. Outside 2-1. Tanner Orner, the senior catcher / DH from Carlisle, Cumberland Valley High School. Having an outstanding senior season. Two-1 fouled off. It's now 2-2. Luca Bakari, the shortstop, is on deck. Abbott extending his lead about a half step over at first. Roach holding him on. Mantle's 2-2. Fouled off back towards us and remains 2-2. Luca Bakari is on deck for the Wolverines. Two balls and 2 strikes. Mantle throws over to first, and Abbott just back in safely. Orner, left-hand batter. Good chance he'll catch the second game. With Saylor moving to third. 2-2. High, 3-2. That's what the Wolverines have been doing in recent games. Is then in game 2, the doubleheader, Orner catches, Saylor goes to third, and Isaac Flaming, who's this week's PAC Rookie of the Week, takes over as the DH. Count is 3-2, nobody out. Bobby Abbott on first after a leadoff walk. We'll see if Abbott is off on the pitch. 3-2. Fouled off again. Abbott was not on the move that time. And it will stay 3-2. Wolverines have made Mantle work so far. He only had 10 walks coming in through his first 6 starts, but already 2 walks and a hit batter in the first inning plus, and a 3-2 count on Orner. Mantle from the high set, the 3-2, foul back, and we'll have another 3-2. Mantle has pitched well this year, 4-1, 344 earned run average, but being the number 1 guy on the road against a good hitting team like Grove City, it's a pretty big yoke of responsibility. Anselmino tells his pitcher to step off, and Mantle does. Mantle induced Tambellini to hit into a double play last inning. He'd love for Orner to do the same here. Nobody out of the second, no score. Mantle from the high set. The righty deals, and it's ball 4, back-to-back walks. So first and second now with nobody out for Luca Bakari, the Wolverine shortstop. Third baseman Allworth, who has done a little bit of pitching in his day at Bethany, will come over and talk to Mantle and just get him settled down, get him a breather. Well, we have a minute. Quick hello to a Grove City native who is tuned into the game down in West Virginia, Brian Sansom, the women's basketball coach at Bethany. He's watching today. And always enjoy hearing from Coach Sansom. He has a pretty strong baseball background too. Coaching the Bethany women, who really came on late in the year this past year, and really I know they're excited about the future there. Bakari will bunts it back to the mound. Mantle with it. He'll throw to third, and in time to get the lead runner Abbott. So Bakari will reach on the fielder's choice, but the lead man Abbott cut down at third on a nice play by the pitcher. As Mantle came off the mound, had to rotate his body, being a right-hander, to get the bunt and throw over to third. Allworth was there for the force play. One away now for Matt Liu, the Wolverine third baseman. Liu from Redmond, Washington. First pitch from Mantle. Low for a ball. Matt Liu hitting .333 this year. This is his 5th start. He's 4 for 12, a double, a home run, and 5 runs batted in. He's one of the guys that has taken advantage of his opportunity. He will bounce this one fouled on the third base line. Count is even at 1-1. Bethany will have Young, Newman, and Whitehurst 7, 8, and 9 due up in the top of the third. Liu, right-hand batter, slightly open stance. Mantle deals. This one's lined into left center field. It is a base hit. Orner getting the wave around. Orner on his way home. It is a run-scoring single for Matt Liu. Matt Liu keeps getting big hit after big hit, and the Wolverines have a 1-0 lead. The walks come back to bite Bethany. Bakari on the play hustles into third. Orner comes home. It's 1-0 on Matt Liu's run-scoring single to left center field. That will bring up Aaron Jenks, the center fielder. Jenks hitting .350 this year, 7 of 20. This is his 7th start of the year. Jenks handles the bat well, runs well, too. You wonder if perhaps the Wolverines will try something here. First and third, one out. The number 9 man up. Mantle's first pitch is driven out towards right field. Coming on to make the catch is Young. Runner tagging from third, Bakari, and he will retreat back to the bag. The throw was about 20 feet up the line, but it was not a particularly deep hit. Jenks is retired, second out, and back to the top of the order in Jesse Clary. Bakari stays at third, Liu at first. Clary walked to lead off the first for Grove City. Wolverines have 1 run home here on the second and looking for more. Mantle out of the high set. First pitch. Clary chops the bunt foul. It will be 0-1. Clary, no doubt, trying to bunt for a hit there. And he has had several bunt hits this year. He's handles the bat well. Liu short lead at first. 0-1 is a breaking ball for a strike, 0-2. And Mantle now is a strike away from minimizing the damage. Clary, tough man to strike out, however. Only 8 strikeouts this year in his 90 plate appearances. He takes that one off the plate. It is 0-2. Or 1-2, I should say. 1-2 on Clary. Clary, right-hand batter. Mantle, the right-hand pitcher, the 1-2. In the dirt, blocked by Anselmino. Count even now at 2-2. Anselmino sliding to his left and keeping that in front of him to keep Bakari from scoring and Liu from moving into scoring position at minimum. So Liu stays at first. Count is 2-2. Mantle deals. In the dirt, the count 3-2, so Liu will be off on the pitch. Bakari over at third. And Roach will hold Liu on. Mantle from the high set. The 3-2. Bounced on the left side. Allworth, the third baseman, gobbles it up. Throws it over to first. In time. And that is out number 3. Grove City does take the lead, however. 1 run on 1 hit. There were no errors. And 2 left. Through 2. Grove City has a 1-0 lead on athletics.gcc.edu.
Open calendar. What's my schedule looking like?
Next Thursday, you will be caught in an emergency flash flood between Park and First Street.
What? No, that doesn't work. I'm busy then. Decline. Decline.
Floods don't exactly work around your schedule. Disasters don't plan ahead, but you can. It starts with talking to your loved ones about making an emergency plan. So don't wait, communicate. Visit readypa.org. Brought to you by readypa.org, FEMA, and the Ad Council.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
That's not far.
What are we gonna do? Hike?
Sure.
Are we there yet?
Yep, it's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org, brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
I want to thank my mommy for loving me so much,
For taking me to the doctor when I broke my foot.
For leaving me alone when I wanted to be alone.
And now, as a grown-up, I'm thankful for being able to take care of you, my dear mom, for taking you to your therapies, for understanding that sometimes you simply want to be alone.
Roles change without us noticing. That's why AARP gives you the information to provide even better care for your loved one. Visit aarp.org/caregiving. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Tate Ostrowski's first pitch to the top of the third is taken for a strike by Ethan Young, and now Young takes that breaking ball for strike two. Young, Corey Newman, Michael Whitehurst due up for Bethany in the top of the third. Ostrowski's pitch, swing and a miss. Young down on strikes. Strikeout number 2 for Tate Ostrowski. One away here in the third inning. That will bring up Corey Newman, the Bethany second baseman. Newman hitting .340 this year. Team leading 19 runs batted in. Right-hand hitting second baseman, open stance, first pitch off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. Newman, a sophomore from Deer Lakes. Pitch on the way. Low, 2-0 now on Newman. 1-0, Grove City leading here in the top of the third inning. Matt Lewis run-scoring single, putting Grove City on top last half inning. Pitch on the way from Ostrowski, the 2-0 taken for a strike. 2-1 now on Bethany's number 8 batter, Corey Newman. Newman, 20th total appearance, 16th start, 2-1. Off the plate, now 3-1. Michael Whitehurst, the speedy left fielder, is on deck, the 3-1. It's a strike at the knees, 3-2. Newman taking all the way. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Ostrowski deals, swing and a miss. Newman chased after that one. Probably would have been ball 4. Instead, it is strikeout number 3 for Ostrowski. And that brings up Michael Whitehurst, the junior left fielder. Whitehurst hitting .340 this year. 1 home run, 13 runs batted in. Whitehurst, one of the fastest guys in the PAC. Certainly have to consider the possibility of a bunt here. Instead, Whitehurst will foul this one out of play back towards Pine Street. The count is 0-1. Whitehurst, left-hand batter from Woodland Hills. Ostrowski gets the sign from C.J. Saylor. The 0-1 is off the plate. 1-1 on Whitehurst. Whitehurst has also been the punter for the Bethany football team during his athletic career. He'll foul that pitch off. It's 1-2 now. Grove City and Bethany were actually scheduled to play football tonight, but because of COVID considerations, that game off the schedule. So we'll see them come in fall. 1-2 from Ostrowski. Pitch on the way. Fouled straight back, and remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Michael Whitehurst. Leadoff hitter Kyle Goodwin on deck for Bethany. Ostrowski's 1-2. Curveball hangs outside. It's 2-2. This is a 7-inning game. Game 2, a 9-inning game. Both of these games are conference games today. Ostrowski's 2-2. Just off the plate, 3-2. Ostrowski gets back on the rubber. Righty gets the sign. Winds and deals a 3-2. Swing and a miss. Ostrowski strikes out the side. And Bethany once again 3 up, 3 down. Zeros across. We've played 2.5 here at Jack Behringer Field. And Grove City has a 1-0 lead at athletics.gcc.edu. growcity.edu.
Under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Bottom of the third, Grove City has Anthony Tambellini, C.J. Saylor, and Bubba Hamilton due up in the bottom of the third. Wolverines lead 1-0. Tambellini grounded into a double play in the first inning. First pitch from Mantle, chop on the left side. Allworth, the third baseman at the edge of the grass, grabs it, throws over to first to Roach. That is out number one here in the third inning. Brings up C.J. Saylor, the Wolverine catcher, hit by a pitch in the first inning. Breeze picking up a little bit here at Jack Beringer Field. Certainly the temperature's not in that spot where you can still feel the effect of the breeze. Just a hint of a chill in it. First pitch to Saylor is inside for a ball, 1-0. Mantle's next offering, breaking ball for a strike. 1-1 on the Wolverine catcher, C.J. Saylor. Pitch on the way is low. 2-1 on Saylor, the sophomore from Hempfield High School out in the Lancaster area. Two one is low. 3-1. Anselmino held it there trying to buy a strike call, but it's a bit low. Now 3-1. Pitch on the inside corner for a strike. 3-2. Saylor making Mantle work. The count is 3-2. Pitch on the way. Inside for ball four. Saylor on for the second time. That'll bring up Bubba Hamilton, the cleanup hitter. Hamilton fouled out to end the first. Left-hand hitter. Hamilton and Orner, the two left-hand batters in the lineup here in Game 1. First pitch for Mantle is off the plate. Ball one. Saylor 9 for 9 on stolen bases this year. Certainly a threat to go. He has good speed, and not just good speed for a catcher, but good speed, but also great sense of timing. 1-0 fouled off, count even at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Wolverines have a 1-0 lead in the bottom of the third. Big hole in the right side for Hamilton as Roach holds on the runner. Mantle from the high set, the 1-1. Foul back towards us. And it's 1-2. Bobby Abbott in the on-deck circle for Grove City. He walked leading off the second. Trey Mantle from the high set. 1-2, outside 2-2. This is Mantle's 7th start of the season. 7th start of the season for both starting pitchers today. Saylor extends his lead a little bit over at first. 2-2 from Mantle. This one's driven out towards deep right center field, and it is off the fence. Hamilton chugging towards second. Saylor rounding third. On his way home, he will score. It is a run-scoring double for Bubba Hamilton, who just missed his first home run of the season. He does get his PAC leading 12th double of the year, and the Wolverines have a 2-0 lead. Bubba Hamilton put a charge into that one, and the Wolverines double the lead. It's 2-0. Hamilton now at second for Bobby Abbott. Abbott, the leading RBI man for the team this year with 22. Hamilton now just one behind him with 21 runs batted in. Mantle's first pitch, taken for a strike, 0-1. We thought that the left-hand hitters may have a little bit of an edge against Mantle due to that kind of three-quarters delivery. It's tough on the righties, but the lefties get a good look at it coming in. This one hit by Abbott down the line. Foul. It was hit well, but lands foul. The count now 0-2 on Bobby Abbott. Whitehurst in left, Pollock in center, Young in right. Roach at first, Newman at second, Goodwin at short. The third baseman is Allworth. And Anselmino catching for the Bethany pitcher, Trey Mantle. 0-2 count on Bobby Abbott. Throw back to second, and Hamilton just gets back in. Hamilton one steal on the season. Mantle from the high set. The 0-2. Check swing. Did he go? He did not go. They check with the field umpire. Count now 1-2. Anselmino tagged Abbott just in case, but it's 1-2. Hamilton out at second after doubling home Saylor. Mantle from the high set. His 1-2 off the plate. 2-2 now on the Grove City second baseman. Bobby Abbott walked in the second and was erased on a force play. 2-2 in the dirt. 3-2 now. Abbott, three-year starter at shortstop, began this year as the primary DH, then took over at second base. Really solidified things in the middle of the infield. He and Bakari at short. The 3-2. Taken for ball four. The fifth walk of the afternoon for Mantle, who came in with 10 walks all season. But he's walked 5 and hit a man here, and now Grove City first and second with one out, and Bethany skipper Justin Thomas, who also does the bulk of the work with the pitchers, he will go out and talk to his freshman right-hander. Wolverines have one run in already, 2 on for Tanner Orner, who walked and scored in the second. Orner, left-hand batter, who is feasted on righties all season. He's feasted on everybody. He's hitting .467. So on the rare occasions in which he's faced a lefty, he's done okay then, too. The infield conference breaks up. And we see there's some activity now in the Bethany bullpen, some light tossing. That light tossing looks like it's about to get ramped up on the first base side. Our vantage point blocked as to who's warming up, but it looks to be a right-hander for Bethany. I'm sure, no doubt that Justin Thomas did not want to have to go into his bullpen early today with his number one guy starting game one of the series. But a double play would clean things up for him. Tanner Orner, left-hand hitter. The throw back to second, or fake throw. There was no throw, the inside move. Hamilton back easily. Orner has hit into 2 double plays this year. There's a big hole in the right side. First pitch, bounced, grabbed by Roach. Throws down to second for one. The relay, there is no relay. So the middleman Abbott cut down 3-6. Hamilton to third. Orner reaches on the fielder's choice. 2 away now for Luca Bakari. The ball was stung well. Roach's throw there to Goodwin, but Goodwin did not get the relay off. First pitch to Bakari. It's a strike. Bakari bunted into a force play. In the second, he batted with first and second. Nobody out, but Abbott forced out on the bunt. Hamilton now at third, Orner at first. Mantle's 0-1. Low, 1-1. Mantle looking to get out of this jam, walking the tightrope, but it'll be a big lift for Bethany if Bison can limit Grove City to 1 here. The 1-1 on the way. Driven out towards left right there for the catch is Whitehurst, and that will end the inning. Grove City gets a run, 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. 3 innings complete. Grove City leading in game 1, 2-0 at athletics.gcc.edu.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we gonna do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Okay.
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it gonna be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way. Come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Kyle Goodwin, Nick Roll, Ryan Anselmino, the top third of the Bethany order, due up in the fourth. Grove City leading 2-0. Tate Ostrowski completing his warm-up throws. Goodwin flew out to left, leading off the game. Goodwin, the shortstop for the Bison. First pitch from Ostrowski is off the plate for a ball. 1-0. Ostrowski, the 6'1 right-hander, deals. This one's fouled out of play, 1-1. Goodwin, Roll, Anselmino scheduled to hit here in the top of the fourth. Ostrowski's 1-0 or 1-1 low, 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Ostrowski winds and deals. Chopped on the right side. Bobby Abbott fields the funny hop, throws the first in time. 10 up, 10 down. Now to bring up Nick Roll. He grounded out to Abbott back in the first inning. Roll 0 for 1. Roll, another left-hand hitter. Roll came in hitting .451 on the season. And he will bounce this one. Bobby Abbott waits on the high hop to come down. Abbott over to first, throw it in the dirt. Hamilton held the bag for out number 2. So twice Roll has hit it to Abbott, and twice Bobby's throws to Bubba Hamilton have made Bubba work a little bit. But that is the second out in the fourth inning. The Goodwin hit to Abbott was very routine. 2 away for Ryan Anselmino, the catcher. He flew out to right to end the first. First pitch in the dirt. It is 1-0 on the Bison backstop. 1-0 a little high. It's 2-0. 2-0, Ostrowski, the righty deals. Fouled straight back. Good rip by Anselmino. Count goes to 2-1. Wolverine defense, Matt Lew at third, Bakari at short, Abbott at second, Hamilton at first, C.J. Saylor catching. We'll give you the outfield after this 2-1 pitch. And it's bounced to Bakari. He'll field the high hop. Steps, throws over to first in time. The side is retired. We'll give you the Grove City outfield next half inning. Again, 3 up, 3 down for Bethany. 12 up, 12 down for the game. Tate Ostrowski. He's pitched 4 perfect innings, and Grove City has a 2-0 lead. We'll come back with the bottom of the 4th at athletics.gcc.edu.
When you were a little kid and you thought about what you wanted to be, teaching was at the top of your list. But things changed. And as you got older, teaching didn't seem like the best option anymore. So you're thinking you'll be something else. But what would your 12-year-old self say? Now you want to be a doctor. You don't think teachers save lives? 25 at a time. An actress? Try playing a different role every time the bell rings. How about a scientist? Ever heard of physics? Chemistry? Who do you think teaches that? Teachers today are breaking down obstacles, finding innovative ways to instill old lessons, and taking learning far beyond the 4 walls of the classroom. It's time to recognize that great things are happening in teaching and put it back on your list. Don't try to convince yourself otherwise. You had it right the first time.
Find out how you can make more at teach.org. Make more. Teach. Brought to you by Teach and the Ad Council.
New pitcher on for Bethany to begin the bottom of the 4th. It is Alec Berg, the sophomore from Beaver. This is his 7th overall appearance. He's 1-1, 7.79 ERA. He has made 2 starts, so he certainly could give Bethany some innings here. 17 and a third innings, 23 hits allowed, 14 strikeouts, and 10 walks. And he will face 8, 9, and 1 in the Grove City order. Matt Lew, Aaron Jenks, and Jesse Clary. Berg, the big right-hander's first pitch, is taken for a strike by Matt Lew. Lew, a run-scoring single that put Grove City up 1-0 in the second inning. Berg's 0-1 off the plate, count even at a ball and a strike. One from Berg high, 2-1. Mantle's line today, 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned, 5 walks, and no strikeouts. 2-1 on the way. Swinging in a foul tip by Lew, 2-2. Berg working quickly. 2-2 low, it's 3-2. Aaron Jenks, the Wolverines center fielder, is on deck. Lew, slightly open stance, right-hand hitter, awaiting the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes from Berg, and it will be fouled out of play on the first base side. We'll try it again. 3-2. Lew, Jenks, Clary due up for Grove City in the 4th. Pitch on the way. It is skied back out of play. The count remains 3-2. Matt Lew from Washington State. Starting at third base here in game 1. 3-2 from Berg. This one's looped into right center field. Leaping grab made by the second baseman, Newman. It looked like it was going to be over his head, but Newman, a perfectly timed jump, robs Lew of his second hit in the afternoon. That's the first out in the 4th inning. It looked like it had enough carry, but Newman, as if he had springs in his legs, flagged it down for out number 1. Brings up Aaron Jenks. Jenks flew out to right in the second. Berg's first pitch high for ball 1. This one's squibbed on the right side. Charging to get it is the second baseman Newman. Throws over to Roach for the second out in the fourth inning. The first two men faced by Berg have been set down. Brings up Jesse Clary back to the top of the order. Clary walked in the first, grounded out to third in the second inning. First pitch in the dirt for ball one. Jesse Clary, open stance for the right-hand batter. Pitch on the way, high for ball two. Very open stance for Clary. That left his back foot, the right foot is right at the chalk line on the inside of the plate, and his left heel is at the chalk line in the opposite corner of the batter's box. 2-0 high, or 2-0 outside, I should say, 3-0. Trying to think of a comparable stance maybe at the major league level for those who are listening. A little bit of the Pirates a few years ago had John Jaso, who was a left-hand hitter. His was kind of like that. Tony Batista, the old Montreal Expo infielder, had a stance like that. And Clary works ball four. He has walked for the second time. He's on with 2 outs. If you want a really old reference, maybe look at Dick McAuliffe, the second baseman for the Tigers on their 1968 World Series team. He was a left-hand hitter. He kind of held his feet were like that, although he held the bat over his head. It was a really strange stance. In any case, Anthony Tambellini will bat for the third time. He's 0 for 2 today. First pitch from Berg, taken for a strike by Anthony Tambellini. Tambellini grounded it to shortstop. It was a 6-3 double play in the first. Grounded out to the third baseman Allworth last time, leading off the third. Clary, decent lead at first, held on by Roach. Berg pitching out of the stretch for the first time. Tambellini will loop it over Roach's head and will trickle back to the infield dirt, and now hung up between second and third is Clary. Allworth at third with it. Throw back to short. Clary is in a rundown, and he will be tagged. So it will go 4-6-5-6-5, and that will end the inning. Tambellini, a base hit, but Clary caught in the rundown, and that will end the inning. Wolverines get no runs, 1 hit. No errors, and 1 left. 4 innings complete. Grove City leading 2-0 at athletics.gcc.edu.
Grove City College is a Christian college where you'll be challenged academically and nourished spiritually, where you can determine your calling and understand how to pursue it, and where you'll be a part of a community of purpose and principle. An excellent education is at the heart of the Grove City College experience, coupled with a commitment to faith and a mission to keep higher education affordable. I'm Grove City College President Paul McNulty, inviting you to visit gcc.edu to learn more.
I don't believe it. My savings are gone.
Okay, think. Where'd you have them last?
I was home, then I spent them on that vacation in this tiny suit of armor. Now they're gone.
Weird. Weird? Not really. Not saving now means no money later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1,000,000. For free ideas on ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Oh, I broke his little gauntlet.
Oh, no.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Middle third of the Bethany order due up here in the 5th inning. Kevin Pollock, Tyler Allworth, Kevin Roach. And Pollock swing and a miss at Tate Ostrowski's first offering. Pollock struck out to lead off the second. 1 of 4 strikeouts for Ostrowski. Pitch on the way. Big rip and a miss, and Ostrowski ahead of Pollock 0-2. Top of the 5th, Grove City up 2-0. This one's fouled back towards us. Count remains 0-2. That was perilously close to the camera. 0-2. Swing and a miss. Pollock down on strikes for the second time this afternoon. 1 away in the 5th inning. 1 down for Allworth, who flew out to Tambellini back in the second inning. 5 strikeouts now for Ostrowski. PAC leading 49 punch-outs this year. Allworth takes first pitch for a strike. It's 0-1. Allworth, senior infielder from Highlands. 0-1, the knees for strike 2. No balls and 2 strikes. This one's fouled off the fencing down the first base line. It remains 0-2. This is a 7-inning game. Game 2, a 9-inning game. It will be roughly a half hour after this first game concludes, give or take a few minutes. And we'll have both games for you here at athletics.gcc.edu. Ostrowski's 0-2 lined right back at us. And the count stays 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes. Ostrowski deals the pitch off the plate, 1-2 on Allworth. Allworth, a senior. Bethany, pretty good mix of experience and some young guys working their way in the lineup. Pitch on the way. Fouled back again. And Allworth hanging in there, making Ostrowski work. Kevin Roach, the first baseman, is on deck. Tate Ostrowski deals the 0-2. Nubbed in front of the plate, and then it trickles foul. It stays 0-2 again. We kind of came back and handcuffed the catcher, Saylor. It was a foul ball. He could not get it before it came foul. So count stays 0-2. The pitch. Bounce to Lou, makes the grab. Lou steps, throws across. And that is the second out in the 5th inning. And that'll bring up Kevin Roach. Allworth 0-2. Brings up Roach. He grounded out to short to close the second. Sturdy left-hand hitter. Looking to get something going here for Bethany. 2-0 Grove City leads in the 5th inning. Roach, 2 home runs. That is tied for first on the team. Ostrowski's first pitch, fouled back. And it's 0-1. Wind picking up. It is blowing out right now. It should be a westerly wind here at Jack Beringer Field. 0-1 inside. It is 1-1. The wind has been shifting throughout the day. It was out of the northwest earlier, now kind of out of the west. Ostrowski deals. Foul back towards Pine Street. Count 1-2. Grove City, defensively, the outfield, it's Jesse Clary in left. Aaron Jenks in center. Anthony Tambellini in right. Lou Bakari on the left side of the infield. Hamilton and Abbott on the right side. 1-2, swing and a miss. 6 strikeouts for Ostrowski. 15 up, 15 down. After 4.5, Grove City leads 2-0 at athletics.gcc.edu.
I don't usually get a stock tip from a 16-year-old, but I'm here to tell you about a different kind of stock. It's called Better Futures, a stock for social change that's not about making money. Instead, you invest to help students like me go to college, which ends up making the future better for all of us. My name is Alicia, and I'm your dividend.
Invest in better futures with UNCF. Visit uncf.org/invest. A mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a wonderful thing to invest in. Brought to you by UNCF and the Ad Council.
Alec Berg out for his 2nd inning. He'll face the 3, 4, and 5 men in the Grove City order. C.J. Saylor, Bubba Hamilton, and Bobby Abbott. 2-0 Grove City on top. As the bottom of the fifth commences, C.J. Saylor hit by a pitch in the first, walked and scored in the third. And the first pitch from Berg way outside for ball number 1. Berg winds and deals. 1-0 low, 2-0. Saylor, PAC high 22 walks this year. He's been on twice today, hit by the pitch in the first inning. 2-0. Inside 3-0 now. He walked in the third and scored on Bubba Hamilton's one-out double. Hamilton is on deck. Came back in the third. 3-0. Saylor taking all the way. It's a strike. 3-1 now on the Wolverine catcher. And the pitch high for ball 4. Saylor walks. He'll hustle down to first. Leadoff man on for Grove City. Third time that the leadoff man has reached via a walk today. Clary walked in the first, didn't score. Abbott reached on a walk in the second. He didn't score. But Tanner Orner, who walked behind him, did. Saylor over at first for Bubba Hamilton. Fouled out in the first, but had the RBI double off the fence and right in the third. First pitch from Berg, outside for ball 1 on Bubba Hamilton. 12 doubles this year. That leads the conference. Saylor at first. 9 steals this year. And this one driven out towards center field. Pollock coming on. Dives. He gets past him. Saylor rounding second on his way to third. And Bubba Hamilton, his second double of the afternoon. His 13th double of the season. Second and third, nobody out. Second and third, nobody out. And Grove City will have Bobby Abbott, its leading RBI man on the season, standing in. Bobby Abbott walked in the second, walked in the third. And Bethany will bring the infield in. This is a 7-inning game and down 2-0 in the fifth. Coach Justin Thomas, his hand is forced. Berg's first pitch, lined out to right. It will be a base hit. It takes a funny hop on Young. Both runs will score. Bobby Abbott, a 2-run single, 4-0 Grove City. Bobby Abbott, a 2-run single. And the Wolverines have doubled the lead to 4-0. The ball hit and took a weird hop and had some type of English on it. Young was there, likely would have been first and third, but it hit and almost like spun backwards away from him or back towards us here, towards the infield, much like a pitch in golf where they'll hit it in the green and it'll spin back. That's what it looked like would hit the outfield out there on Young, and that enabled Hamilton to come home. Runner on first is Abbott, 2 runs home and still nobody out here in the fifth. And the Wolverine lead now 4-0. For Tanner Orner, walked and scored in the second, hit into a force play in the third. First pitch is fouled out of play by Orner, the left-hand hitting DH here in game 1. 4-0 Grove City here in the bottom of the fifth. Abbott, modest lead at first. Berg's pitch, taken for a strike. It's 0-2 on Orner. Tanner Orner, this week's PAC Hitter of the Week. First time he has earned that prestigious honor. Berg from the high set. The 0-2. Curveball skips past Anselmino, and Bobby Abbott will move up on the wild pitch. Anselmino looked like he was set up outside, and that pitch was well in, and the catcher tried to backhand it but could not. Now Bobby Abbott in scoring position with nobody out in the fifth. Game 1 of 2 today. Berg from the high set. Swing and a miss by Orner. He is down on strikes. First out of the inning. First strikeout of the day for Bethany pitching. Brings up the number 7 hitter, Luca Bakari, the Grove City shortstop. hit into a fielder's choice in the second, flew out to left in the third. Bobby Abbott at second with one away. First pitch, a little low. It's 1-0 on Bakari. Berg from the stretch. Right-hander deals. This one is taken for a strike. It's 1-1. 4-0. Wolverines have the lead in the bottom of the fifth. Berg from the high set. Deals. Bounce on the left side. Grabbed by Allworth, the third baseman. Looks back. The runner throws over to first in time for the second out of the inning. And Abbott remains over at second. Two away for Matt Liu. Liu singled in a run in the second and was robbed by Newman on a leaping grab last inning, leading off the fourth inning. Wolverines a run on the second, a run on the third, and then two here in the fifth on Bobby Abbott's two-run single to right. First pitch from Berg. Liu will drive this one out to left. Michael Whitehurst, the left fielder, will flag it down. And the inning ends with the Wolverines double the lead. 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, 1 left. We will come back with the 6th inning. Grove City leading 4-0 at athletics.gcc.edu.
Take a look under your bed. Find stuff under there? What about jobs? No? Now try your basement. There's a pair of overalls that overall you're not so into anymore. A perfectly good laptop that hasn't sat in your lap in months. And even more stuff, but still no jobs? Well, you really have both. See, stuff is defined as household articles considered as a group. Sometimes this stuff is no longer needed. Wait, no longer needed? That can't be right. Because remember those jobs you were looking for? Those are really needed, and they're the stuff inside your stuff. Even inside that winter coat that moved with you to Phoenix. Our job is to unlock those jobs, and it starts when you donate your stuff to your local Goodwill. Here's how we do it. When you donate to Goodwill, we sell your stuff to provide job training for people right here in your community. So just by teaming up with Goodwill, you help create jobs. And isn't that worth parting with the leftover keytar from your 80s cover band? Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs. Find your nearest donation center at goodwill.org. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Top of the 6th, Ethan Young, Corey Newman, Michael Whitehurst. 7, 8, and 9 due up for Bethany in the 6th inning. Grove City leading 4-0. Tate Ostrowski has been brilliant through 5. He has struck out 6. Young squares to bunt, misses. Strike 1. Bethany in search of its first base runner of the game. Young, who struck out leading off the 3rd, waits the 0-1 from Ostrowski. And the pitch, taken for a strike, it's 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes on Ethan Young. Ostrowski kicks and deals the 0-2 curveball. That had Young bending out of the way, just missed. It's 1-2. The 1-2, swing and a miss. Strikeout number 7 for Tate Ostrowski. 1 away in the 6th. That'll bring up Corey Newman, the second baseman. Newman went down swinging in the 3rd. Ostrowski struck out the side in the 3rd. First pitch is low for ball 1. Newman, 19 runs batted in this year. That leads the team. He's looking to get on to get something going here in the 6th. He'll foul that one off. It's 1-1. 4-0 Grove City with the lead. Wolverines looking to get to 14-4 in the PAC. Ostrowski deals. This one skied out behind second base. Going back to grab it is Bobby Abbott for out number 2. 2 down for Michael Whitehurst, the left fielder. Whitehurst struck out to end the third. Whitehurst runs very well, as we said. Being a left-hand batter, any little infield roller or tapper could be very problematic. Ostrowski's first pitch, fouled straight back. Count is 0-1. I think that was going to make Harvard Street down there at the bottom of the hill. Count is 0-1. Ostrowski's 0-1 high, 1-1. Goodwin, the leadoff man, is on deck. Pitch on the way. Outside, it's 2-1 now on Whitehurst. Bethany looking to get something going here in the 6th inning. 2-1 high, 3-1 now. We've not seen many 3-ball counts today from Ostrowski, but Whitehurst has worked it to 3-1. You have to think he's taking here, but we'll see. Ostrowski's 3-1 on the corner for a strike. It's 3-2. That was a pitcher's pitch right there. Even if Whitehurst were looking to swing out of his shoes, he wouldn't have done much with that. It's 3-2 now. Ostrowski deals the pitch. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 8. 18 up, 18 down for Tate Ostrowski. The Wolverines lead 4-0. We'll come back with the bottom of the 6th at athletics.gcc.edu.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we going to do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Oh,
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it going to be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way. Come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
Aaron Jenks will lead off for Grove City in the bottom of the 6th. Jenks squares the bunt, pulls back. It's ball 1. Jenks flew out to right in the 2nd, grounded out to 2nd in the 4th. Alec Berg on for his 3rd inning in relief. Jenks will foul this bunt back. Count is 1-1. Jenks, Clary, Tambellini due up for Grove City. And Jenks will bounce this one to short. Goodwin charging, gloving, throw over to first in time. No, throw skipped away, excuse me. Not fielded by Jenks, the throw in the dirt. I apologize, it is an error. So the Wolverines get the leadoff man on here in the 6th inning. Jenks reaches on the air, and that will bring up Jesse Clary. Clary, the Wolverine left fielder, has walked twice, also grounded out. Clary held on by Roach over at first. Big lead for Jenks. Jenks, I should say, Clary is batting. Throw over to first, and back safely is Jenks. Jenks, 6 steals in 6 opportunities this year. Clary will foul this one off the screen. Count no balls and a strike on the Wolverine left fielder. Jenks reaching on the air. His first error in today's game. Pitch in the dirt blocked by Anselmino. Count is 1-1. Grove City today, 4 runs, 5 hits, no errors, 7 left. And Bison's zeros across except for the error moments ago by Goodwin on his throw. Clary will bunt this up the third base line. Allworth will field it, throw over to first, and Clary safe on the bunt single. Allworth fielded it a bit flat-footed. Threw over to first. Clary beat it out. I think Allworth was debating on whether it would go foul or not. Kind of ended up in no man's land. And ended up trying to make a play, and no play made. So Clary singles. Jenks at second. Now it brings up Anthony Tambellini. Tambellini 1 for 3 today. Singled in his last at bat. He has one sacrifice bunt this year. He and Matt Royer are having a conversation up the third base line. And we'll see what the Wolverines do here. Jenks at second, Clary at first, nobody out. Wolverines are up 4-0 here in the 6th. Game 1 of our doubleheader. It is a 7-inning game. Tambellini squaring early, pulls back. It's ball 1. Roach charged from third. Roach was probably 15 feet from home plate when that pitch crossed the plate. Roach well in on the grass. Pitch from Berg. And Tambellini takes it for ball 2. 2-0. Second baseman Newman is covering first. Goodwin's taking second. Allworth staying home at third with Roach crashing in. The count is 2-0. Does the bunt stay on? It does. Bunt missed as Tambellini bunts through it. Count 2-1 now. Jenks at second, Clary at first. Berg from the high set. 2-1, high, 3-1. Count now 3-1 on Tambellini, the Wolverine right fielder, with C.J. Saylor on deck. Tambellini gets the sign from head coach Matt Royer down on the third base box. The 3-1, high ball 4, bases are loaded, nobody out in the 6th. Tambellini on for the second time today, brings up C.J. Saylor. He's been on base all 3 times, hit by a pitch in the 1st, walked and scored in the 3rd, walked and scored in the 5th. Bases loaded, nobody out in the 6th. The infield will come in. Middle infielders are at the cut of the grass, as is third baseman Allworth. Roach is a step and a half on the grass over at first. Berg in a mess. First pitch outside for ball 1. Saylor a chance to really break open this one with the Wolverines up 4-0 in the bottom of the 6th. One-0 taken for a strike. It's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike on C.J. Saylor, the sophomore catcher. Low, 2-1 now. Bubba Hamilton, who has doubled twice, he's on deck for the Wolverines. Nobody out in the 6th inning. Wolverines have the bases loaded. 2-1 high, 3-1 now. Saylor has walked twice and has been hit by a pitch. He'd love to get on via the bat. See if he's sitting on a pitch here, 3-1. He has 1 grand slam this year. That came down at St. Vincent back on March 29th. The 3-1, low, ball 4. Jenks will score. Clary moves to third. Tambellini down to second. C.J. Saylor on base for the 4th time today, and he'll be credited with a run batted in, and the bases remain loaded for Bubba Hamilton. Hamilton doubled in a run on the 3rd, doubled and scored in the 5th. 5-0 Grove City. The bases loaded. Berg from the high set. First pitch. Hamilton drives this one out the right. Young going back on it, still going back. Makes the catch at the fence. Coming home from third to score is Clary. Tambellini will move up 90 feet also. The Wolverines get a run on the sacrifice fly to deep right. It is now 6-0 Grove City. Bubba Hamilton, his second run batted into the game. Tambellini, he's at third now with one away. And brings up Bobby Abbott. He has walked twice and then had a 2-run single in the fifth. That gave Grove City a 4-0 lead. The lead is 6 now, and Abbott looking to do some damage. He'll line it out the right. It's a base hit. Saylor read it well. He rounds second on his way to third. Young's throw on the way. It will be late. Wolverines go first to third. Tambellini comes home. Saylor to third. Bobby Abbott 2 for 2. 3 runs batted in. 7-0 Grove City. Bobby Abbott lashed that one to right. 7-0 Grove City. That'll bring up Tanner Orner. Orner walked and scored in the second. He's 0 for 2 in the afternoon. Now 7 runs on 7 hits for Grove City. First pitch from Berg. Inside for ball 1 to Tanner Orner. Bethany will have the top of the order due up in the 7th. Goodwin, Roll, and Anselmino. Berg from the high set, 1-0, low, 2-0. After game 1 concludes, we will have a post-game recap. Depending on how things shake out, maybe a little bit of a longer post-game recap today. And then we'll stop the stream and we'll start a new stream for game 2. Orner will bounce this on the left side. It gets through for a base hit. Out of the reach of the diving Goodwin at shortstop. Saylor comes home. Tanner Orner, a run-scoring single through the left side. And the Wolverines add another run. 8-0 here in the 6th inning. It is 8-0, and this may be the end of the afternoon for Alec Berg, who pitched pretty well, but ran into a few problems in the fifth, and now a major bind here in the 6th as head coach Justin Thomas will head out to the mound. Grove City has scored 4 times here in the 6th. Still only 1 out and 2 men on. And will we have a change, or is it just going out and telling Berg, hey, you're going to have to soak up the rest of this inning and save the bullpen for game 2? Let's see what decision is rendered. Looks like Berg's going to stay in. Luca Bakari will bat. He's the 8th man to hit here in the 6th inning. Thomas taking a long time. Coach Justin Thomas has a few parting words for the rest of the infield. They will go back to their positions. Grove City with 4 runs home here in the 6th to take an 8-0 lead and still batting. Bobby Abbott at second, Tanner Orner at first. They have hit consecutive run-scoring singles. And Luca Bakari, 0 for 3 here in game 1. He's looking to get on the hit parade. First pitch to Bakari, bounced to second. Up with it is Newman, over to Goodwin at second, on to first. A double play, a 4-6-3 double play to end the 6th inning. But the Wolverines get 4 runs on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left. The Wolverines lead 8-0. Tate Ostrowski looking to finish off history when we come back. Grove City leads 8-0. You're watching the Wolverines at athletics.gcc.edu.
My name is Jim. I'm a veteran, and I lost both legs in Vietnam. My victory was proving that disability is not a limitation.
I'm Julius. I'm a veteran. My victory was going from homeless to home.
At DAV, we're on a mission, helping veterans of all generations get the benefits they've earned.
I'm Cece. My victory was finishing my education.
When America's veterans win, we all win. Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Changes for Grove City defensively as we go to the top of the 7th. Matt Nauer takes over in center field. He'll be in the number 1 spot, replacing Jesse Clary. Aaron Jenks moves to left, it would appear, and Joey Kolb will go into the game in right field. So Kolb takes over for Tambellini in right, in the number 2 spot of the order. Grove City gets its, two, plus defenders out there in the outfield now. Not that the other guys are, are certainly chopped liver out there, but Coleman now are, two very good defensive outfielders. They will come into the game, and Jenks slides to left. And the first pitch to Goodwin is hit out to left. Aaron Jenks makes the catch for out number 1. Now 2 outs away for Ostrowski. Brings up Nick Roll. He's grounded out to Bobby Abbott twice today at second base. It's 19 up, 19 down for Tate Ostrowski. And we'll have a pinch hitter for Roll. And the batter is going to be Seth Gordon. Gordon will pinch hit for Roll in the DH spot. So Roll goes 0 for 2. Gordon on the season is 1 for 2. It's his 4th appearance. First pitch from Ostrowski. Off the plate for a ball. It's 1-0. 1-0 swing and a miss by Gordon. He tried to park that one over the right field fence. It's 1-1 now. Ostrowski deals. Fouled straight back. It's 1-2. 1 ball and 2 strikes to the pinch hitter, Seth Gordon. He's from Barnesville, Ohio. Left-hand batter. Ostrowski's 1-2. Swing and a miss. Strikeout number 9. And the last hope for Bethany is Ryan Anselmino. He's 0 for 2. Flew out to right and grounded out to short in the 4th. Lou, the third baseman, will come to the cut of the grass. Outfielders are pretty much straight away. Center fielder Nauer shaded a couple steps towards left center field. 1 out away for Ostrowski from history. The first pitch. Low for ball 1. Ostrowski, the junior, winds and deals. Foul down the third baseline. Count 1-1. 1 ball and 1 strike on Anselmino. Pollock on deck, hoping for an opportunity. Ostrowski deals. It's outside 2-1. 2-1 on Anselmino. Ostrowski, the righty deals. Here's the pitch. High, 3-1. Three balls and a strike on Ryan Anselmino. Will he be taking all the way here, or is he going to let it rip? Let's see. 3-1. Taking for strike, 3-2. And now Ostrowski, 1 strike away. Anselmino crowding the box. Toes on the chalk line. Ostrowski, the 3-2. Here it comes. Fouled down the left field line and towards the batting cages, out of play, and we'll do it again. 20 men have batted for Bethany. 20 men have been retired. Ostrowski, the righty, winds and deals. Strike three! It's a perfect game! Tate Ostrowski has thrown a perfect game for the Wolverines. 21 up, 21 down. Ostrowski mobbed by his teammates. Tate Ostrowski, a perfect game. 7 innings. Strikes out 10. And the Wolverines, a huge win. And Tate Ostrowski, history. They've been playing baseball at Grove City since 1884. Save for a few-year gap in there. And Ostrowski, a perfect game. For Bethany in the 7th, zeros across. For Bethany, 21 up, 21 down. And Grove City gets the win. Tate Ostrowski, a perfect game. He's 5-1. Actually, he's 6-1. When you throw a perfect game, who cares what the record is? He's 6-1. The Wolverines are now 14-4 in the league. Tate Ostrowski getting a lot of hugs. Well deserved. A perfect game for Tate Ostrowski. As Grove City gets the win today by a final score of 8-0. We'll have we're going to have a long post game here. Well, we'll see if we can get Tate on. We'll try to get C.J. Saylor, if we can get Matt Royer on here. A lot to talk about. Wolverines win it 8-0. Tate Ostrowski, a perfect game. 10 strikeouts in 7 innings. Getting hugs and high fives and handshakes, and all well deserved. What a performance for Ostrowski. We'll take a quick break. We'll have a full post game here. We may not even take a break between games. We don't know. At this point, we don't care. Wolverines win, and Tate Ostrowski threw a perfect game. That's a pretty good way to start the day. Back in 60 seconds at athletics.gcc.edu.
All right, everybody in the car. Let's go.
What are we going to do first when we get there, Mom? Go for a hike?
Sure, if you want.
What about canoeing? Can we go canoeing too?
I don't see why.
What about a bike ride? No, I want to fish.
Okay.
I've never been fishing.
Honey, we can do it all.
How long does it take to get to the forest?
It's not.
Is it going to be long?
No, sweetie.
I bet it takes forever.
It's not that far.
Are we there yet?
Yep, we're here.
Already? No way. Come on, come on.
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a neighborhood park or green space near you. Also, find fun activities to do like boating and biking or camping and hiking, plus much more. It's all right in your naturehood. A public service announcement brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
And we're back here on athletics.gcc.edu. Grove City, a perfect game from Tate Ostrowski. We'll have Tate on here. How about, you want it? Yeah, Tate, we'll get Tate first here. Then we'll get C.J. Saylor. Tate Ostrowski, a perfect game. Congratulations. How's it feel?
I mean, it's ridiculous. I don't even know. I didn't even feel real.
When did you realize that you had it going?
I'd probably say the 4th inning. After, the first 3 innings, that's usually just getting through the order and have to face the top of the order next.
And I know when you were warming up out, you were kind of doing some tossing with C.J. Saylor before the game out left field, before your actual warm-up. And I remember you saying that you felt good. I mean, did you just as one of those things, when you went out there, did you think, hey, I feel really good today?
Yeah, I felt loose, much looser than any of the other starts, so I just felt great.
And not too often that you had to shake off C.J. Saylor back there today.
No, not too often.
So you came here as a middle infielder.
Mm-hmm.
You took up this pitching thing last year in what was a shortened season, and saw some things we liked. And now you become one of the top starters in the PAC. 10 strikeouts today. What's it been like? You become. I mean, you come here. It's sort of like, it's just, you come here as an infielder, become a pitcher, now throwing a perfect game against a really good team. It's like out of the movies.
Yeah, it was unbelievable.
Was there one particular pitch that was working really well for you today?
I was just staying really loose on my curveball today, and I was able to throw it for strikes, and that was really big.
The last batter of the game, Ryan Anselmino, you fell behind 3-1.
Yeah.
I'm sure at that point it's probably like trying to. It probably felt like trying to throw a beach ball through the eye of a needle.
Yeah, I just wasn't gonna let him walk. If he was gonna get on, he was gonna get a hit. So that was my thought process.
So Tate Ostrowski, a perfect game today. 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. This team now 14-4. Did it make it a little easier for you when they put up the 2 runs in the 5th and the 4 in the 6th, or was it still the heart racing about 9,000 miles an hour?
Oh yeah, heart was racing, just trying to get through each inning.
So Tate, we'll let you go enjoy this. I'm sure your phone's probably blowing up. You have anybody back in Massachusetts watching today?
My parents are here.
They came here. Well, that's pretty cool.
Dad, yeah.
So they got to see that. Cool that you're able to come watch it anyway, and then to do this. Essex, Massachusetts, what, about a 10-hour drive?
Yeah, just about.
So we'll let you go enjoy this with your family. Tate, I've been doing this a long time. This is as cool as a thing as I've ever gotten to do. So thank you.
Thank you, Briggs.
Tate Ostrowski, perfect game today. And now we'll get the other end of the battery coming on here. And they exchange a hug. We'll bring in C.J. Saylor, the Wolverine catcher here. C.J., you can't have a perfect game pitched without a perfect game caught. We'll move your mic up here. Whoops. But C.J., congratulations to you. They always remember the guys that catch the perfect games too. In Major League Baseball, Ron Hassey caught 2 perfect games, and that's always a big thing. And now you're forever linked with Tate here, but that'd be pretty cool back there, kind of just playing catch most of the day.
Absolutely. Tate was hitting his spots all day. I didn't have any trouble. Like you said earlier with him, he didn't shake me off too much. We're on the same wavelength throughout the day today, and it was just a lot of fun knowing that I could call anything at any time, and he'd throw it for a strike most of the time. So.
And you've caught, obviously you've caught a lot, college, summer ball, high school, coming up through. Did you ever catch anything like that, a no-hitter or anything?
I caught 1 no-hitter, but never a perfect game, never.
So when did you realize that he had the perfect game?
Well, funny thing is, about the 4th inning, I said, okay, well, we've been through the lineup once. I haven't really had to do anything else other than my primary stance, which is much easier for me, and I was happy about that. So once the top of the lineup came through again, I said, well, he's in a good spot here.
And then in the 7th there, the last batter, Anselmino, a very good hitter. He's hitting 370-something, 357 coming in, top hitter for Bethany.
Yep.
Count gets to 3-1. What are you thinking?
Well, I knew we had 2 outs, so I knew that we need to make sure we didn't walk him. So I just figured, if he's going to do it, we're going to have to beat him with the fastball on the way here on out. So just threw a fastball and got a strike.
And that 3-2 pitch called strike 3. I'm sure you were probably at the time, and it wasn't a delayed call or anything, but I'm sure it probably seemed like 30 minutes by the time it hit your mitt and the umpire called strike 3.
Absolutely. I was fortunate enough. I think I pulled it a little bit, but fortunate enough he ended up calling a strike. So we were all excited for sure. And
this team now 14-4 in the PAC. Perfect game. That's obviously the big bold headlines, but an 8-0 victory over a good Bethany squad.
Absolutely.
To get to 14-4 now chance we'll go for the sweep here a little bit after 3 o'clock. But this team, I'm sure it's a lot of fun to be on. It's a lot of fun to watch and be around them. Seems like just a great camaraderie. You have depth at every position. Just guys pushing each other, but pulling for each other too.
Absolutely. Every man knows their role in this team, even if they're a starter and if they're not a starter, and everybody just roots for each other no matter what. And we're fortunate enough we're getting some big hits when we need them, and even not, we're battling back into games too. So I think we got a really good shot here.
C.J. Saylor, the catcher, he caught Tate Ostrowski's perfect game. You went 0 for 0 with 3 runs scored. That's pretty tough to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Hit by pitch, 3 walks, 3 runs scored, and a run batted in. C.J. Saylor, congratulations on the win and catching a perfect game. Yep. And good luck in game 2. It's going to be hard to top that one.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
You tell Tanner Orner top that?
Yes, I will.
Yeah.
I will here.
Well, CJ, go get a sandwich here. Go finish that off, and good luck in game 2.
All right, thank you.
That's catcher CJ Saylor. He was on the receiving end of Tate Ostrowski's perfect game as Grove City gets the win today, 8-0. The line score in this for Grove City was 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors, and 8 left on. For Bethany, no runs, no hits, 1 error, and nobody left. The winning pitcher was Tate Ostrowski, or is Tate Ostrowski. He goes to 6-1 with the perfecto. And Trey Mantle takes the loss. He drops to 4-2. Time of the game was about an hour 35. And Grove City gets the win by a score of 8-0. We're going to take a break, come back with more. You're watching Grove City College Baseball at athletics.gcc.edu.
Guys, like having a place to live, eating food, wearing clothes, sending 639 texts a week on a shiny new phone? There's one thing that can help you get the money to do all of those things. It's called a job. If you're a guy turning 18, there's one important thing you need to do to make sure the job market is wide open for you. Register with the Selective Service System at sss.gov. Failing to register with Selective Service would mean you'd not only be breaking the law, you'd also be unable to apply for federal jobs, many state and municipal jobs, and all kinds of job training programs the government offers. So guys, take a minute and register with the Selective Service. You'll keep your job prospects open. Otherwise, how are you going to get the basketball shoes with full-length responsive cushioning and an outsole cutout for low-profile impact protection? Take that minute, go to sss.gov and register with Selective Service, and keep all your options open. Remember, it's quick, it's easy, it's the law.
What is that?
Oh, it's my time machine.
Does it work?
Sure, just hit this button.
Whoa, dinosaurs, cool.
Or we can go here.
Hey, that's Napoleon.
Oui.
Or we can go to the future.
Wow, hey, you have this nice house. Do I have a nice house?
No, you didn't save any money, always spent it on vacations and stuff.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and correct that bad habit.
Yep.
Okay, the time machine is not real, but the saving thing is. Get in the habit of putting some of your money in savings each week through a 401k, savings account, or financial investments. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy tips on saving, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
What does this crazy little button do?
Wait, no!
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
I love being a part of the Action Team. It helps me help other people. It helps me feel good.
Being a part of the team always feels good. Go for it. Don't even hesitate.
For more than a decade, Major League Baseball players and action teams of high school students have been working together to train and inspire the next generation of volunteers.
Once you get there and realize how much you can change someone's life, it's one of the best feelings in the world.
Just that simple act that takes 5 or 10 minutes of your time is making a difference and is transforming someone else's life.
All-stars Giancarlo Stanton and Chris Capuano join action team captains to make a difference in their communities. And you can too.
Just try it. Just go to one event, one action team event.
If we all show up together, that's what it's all about. It's not just one person, it's a group, it's a team.
It's been incredibly rewarding for me. It'll just make you feel so good about yourself.
I'd do anything to convince you just to be a part of this.
For more information, go to actionteam.org.
And back here at Jack Behringer Field, game 1 in the books. Grove City an 8-0 winner. Tate Ostrowski, a perfect game. We heard from Tate and his catcher C.J. Saylor here in the postgame. Just a terrific accomplishment, and that's the understatement of the week. Ostrowski, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. He goes to 6-1. Offensively, the Wolverines scored 1 in the second on Matt Lou's run-scoring single. That scored Tanner Orner. The Wolverines added another run in the third. Bubba Hamilton doubled in C.J. Saylor. 2-0 Grove City in the 5th inning. Saylor walked. Hamilton doubled. Bobby Abbott a 2-run single to make it 4-0. The Wolverines put it away with 4 in the 6th. Saylor walked with the bases loaded. That scored Aaron Jenks. Bubba Hamilton's sacrifice fly brought in Jesse Clary. And then Bobby Abbott singled in Anthony Tambolini. And Tanner Orner singled in Saylor to close it out 8-0. The Wolverines get the victory. And Tate Ostrowski, the perfect game, 7 innings, 10 strikeouts. Struck out the last 2 men. Of his 10 strikeouts, the first 9 were swinging. The last one to end it was a strikeout looking of Anselmino, 10th strikeout. Ostrowski leading the league with 54 Ks. And the 10th one, a history-making punch-out. Grove City gets the win. Wolverines are 16-7 overall, 14-4 in the league. Bethany 12-13 overall, 10-9 in conference play. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of a break, probably about 10 to 15 minutes, and then we'll come back and get you set for Game 2. The Wolverines now will have to get refocused and go for Game 2, as Bethany will look to bounce back until about, let's see, it's 10 till now. We'll come back, let's say 3:05. So we're going to come back at 3:05. We'll see if they give us, what time's the second game starting? Okay. Well, we won't count that again. We asked C.J. Saylor, but they didn't tell him. But I had you tied up with the interview, so I'll take the blame for that, C.J. We'll come back about 3:05 and get you set for Game 2. And so we'll stop the stream. We'll come back with a new stream for Game 2. We'll post the first game, so if you want to go back and watch it, if you missed any of it, you'll be able to do that also. Grove City wins the opener, 8-0 on Tate Ostrowski's perfect game. We'll come back with Game 2 in a little bit. I'm Ryan Briggs saying so long for now at athletics.gcc.edu.